Welcome back, everybody. I'm the Dr. Bob Lee. Our next guest is the co-founder and CEO of the Institute for Entrepreneurial Leadership. And she joins us today to speak about how her organization is empowering women of color and to promote their upcoming Women of Color Connecting Summit. Please welcome to the show, Jill Johnson. Jill, how are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're always welcome. You know, this is a family show, so I'm going to ask, how's the family?
They're doing well. One is here, which, that is a blessing in these days. And yeah, we're doing well.
So lots of virtual hugs going out to you and the family.
Thank you.
Until we meet again in a studio.
Back at you.
Yeah. Now, what is the Institute of Entrepreneurial Leadership, FEL?
Yeah,
we
call it Eiffel. So we call it Eiffel. It is affectionately known as Eiffel.
And it's a tower.
As in the tower that is strong and growing, stronger. So the Institute for Entrepreneurial Leadership is an organization, speaking of family, that my father and I co-founded together. We are a nonprofit, and the focus is really on eradicating the barriers that exist, the systemic level barriers that exist for people of color, for women, in terms of growing businesses that are scalable and that are generating wealth.
And then you have a Connecting Summit coming up, right? What's the date of that and what's it all about?
So it started last week on March 11th. We're really excited and, great, amazing participation. And it's going on actually for 14 days. So the end of it is March 25th. And the event it's called Women of Color Connecting. WOCON is what we call it, WOCON 2021. And the focus is on connecting the allies, champions, and investors who say that diversity is important and that inclusion matters. It's about connecting them with amazing women of color entrepreneurs who they can support.
There you go. And we got to give a big shout out to your son, the technical person. We saw him run through the camera earlier, but it's okay.
Supporting this woman of color.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, this is what it's all about. Sometimes we hear dogs in the background, babies crying, and to have a technical son, you have a few of them. You have
I have four of them. I have four of them. And he is actually our tech person. He built the computer that I am using right now.
Wow, all right.
He built it from scratch, yes.
And what's his name?
Tristan.
Tristan, you might as well give the other three a shout out also.
Well, there's Hunter, our oldest, Kieran, and then Tristan, and then Carson.
Oh, that's beautiful.
14,
listen, tell
22.
Us. There you go. You can't forget that. How has the Eiffel managed to continue inspiring women of color to become entrepreneurs or to continue to open doors for women in investment ventures?
I think what's really important to note is that women of color entrepreneurs really don't need any inspiration. They are inspired. They are continuing to do the hard work that they do every day, despite the barriers that exist. These women are, amazing experts in their fields. They know what they're doing. The problem, however, Bob, is there are so many doors that are closed to them that are open for other people. And that is the issue that we really have to address. And so what we're really talking about and what we're messaging is that for all the people who say, again, that diversity matters and inclusion is so important, everyone has to stop being a bystander. There's no room for sitting on the sidelines. People have to get involved. They have to do what they can to open doors, not just professionally in what they do day to day for their job, but personally. Everyone has to play a role in opening doors.
And how do we address these issues?
Whoa, so that's what we're talking about over these 14 days. And, we have about another week and a half to go. Yeah. But really, we think that so much of the solution starts with people getting to know each other, people forming relationships. Because let's face it, Bob, you open doors for people who you know, like, and trust, people who you want to help.
Yeah.
Even, getting on this show, people who you know and have a good relationship with, more
Relationships.
likely
Yes.
to have them on the show. So much is about relationships. You're not going to invest in people that you don't know. The problem is, again, many of the people who are the keepers and the holders and stewards of resources, who hold the money and who hold the keys, don't know a lot of women of color entrepreneurs. They don't know, when they look in their networks are not very diverse. But then they wonder in their professional lives why it is that they haven't been able to make any investments in these entrepreneurs. And so, really, again, for us, it starts with relationships, and we invite people to join us to just start that process of expanding their network.
We were talking earlier, you guys are so deeply involved in our community. You're always having like a convention or putting something on, whether through, in the past, you had the magazine, Yes Magazine, and some of the other things that your family has been doing. But COVID happened, and how have you navigated through the COVID pandemic?
We were busier than ever. Businesses were struggling. And so, we had to, really build our capacity. Actually, we hired more people and expanded our team so that we would have more capacity. Because as we know, businesses and entrepreneurs that had limited resources were harder hit. They were disproportionately impacted. They did not have the runway to just keep it going and stay in business oftentimes. And so, we wanted to be there for our entrepreneurs. We wanted to help them navigate, try to figure out how to pivot, how to, just switch gears. And first and foremost, how to stay in business so that they were there at the end of it to then move forward and thrive.
Yeah. So you still have a couple more days left. What do we have to look forward to?
Yeah, in fact, we have about a week and a half left. As I said, we end on the 25th.
The 25th.
Thursday will be our conversations about capital and about investors and what investors need to do and what the investment community needs to understand and realize. And we're having a great panel conversation on why who's writing the check matters. That's really important. We got to get more capital into the hands of people of color, of women of color, who are then able to deploy that capital. So it's going to be a really rich conversation.
I like the way you said that.
It's going to be a rich conversation.
Yeah.
On what day is it? Wednesday. We're actually going to take the conversation to Clubhouse, and we're going to do a conversation called Black Women, Whiskey, and Wealth. The whiskey, of course, St. Patrick's Day. But, we're going to bring people together to continue this conversation about what it's going to take, because by the 25th, we're going to end with solutions. And we're going to put out there our recommendations for what people can do to finally and once and for all address this issue of access to capital for women of color.
There you go. All right. I'm Dr. Bob Lee on Clubhouse. I'm going to go there. Black Women, Whiskey, and Wealth. Woo. Yeah. You can't go wrong with that one. It sounds like it can be a song also. Get a theme song for it. How can women or young women or any women get involved with your organization or with this summit? Because we still have a week and a half left.
Absolutely. So we are wocon.org, WOCCON, like in Women of Color Connecting. They can, go to our website and take a look. So the full agenda for everything is on the website. We are on Instagram at WOC Connecting. So they can find us there, and we'll be, pushing out messages there about the event as well.
All right. Thank you so much. Give my love to the family, okay? And good luck with everything.
Thank you.
And maybe I'll come in and peep inside the door, see what's going on.
I hope you will.
All right. Jill Johnson, the Institute for Entrepreneurial Leadership. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We can't thank you enough. And thank you for your service.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take a quick break right here. But coming up next, we have Bobby C. Check him out. He has the latest in the world of sports next.